Today we're going to be talking about the bodily regions. I've got the list behind me. We're just going to go down it, and I'm going to explain why they are called that, what they have in them, and where they are. So our first one here is the frontal, and the frontal is located right here. The frontal is also encompassing the forehead. The forehead is the foremost part of the body, or I guess that's what they named it as. Therefore, it is the frontal. It's also where the frontal lobe of the brain sits. Now, the orbital is actually your eyes. Your eyes, the orbital region is also known as the ocular region, and we all know that ocular is for eyes, and that's where your ocular nerve runs as well. Then we run to the cervical. This is this portion of the body, the neck. That's where your cervix is. And then we have the scapular, which is these portions right here. It's where the scapula for your shoulders sit, and that's part of the entire reason you can move your arms around. Then we have our brachial. Right here is the brachial. Now, one reason it is called the brachial is because that's where your brachial artery sits. Then we have the mental. That is the chin. I honestly couldn't tell you why it's called that. Yes. The buccal is the cheek. I also don't know why it's called that. I couldn't find out. Auxiliary, or axillary, or whatever it is. That is right here in this region. It's where the axis of movement in the body is found. The antebrachial. Ante is prior. It means that's the root word for before, like an anteroom. So the antebrachial, that's before the brachial artery. So this is also where you can check for pulses on people. Then you have the palmar, which is the palm, very simple. The sternal, right here, where the sternum is located. Your mammaries, yes, it's called a mammary because mammals are the only creatures to have nipples. Umbilicus is right here. That's where the umbilical cord is located when you're born. The inguinal is also known as the reproductive region, and that is where, well, your reproductive parts are located. Then we have the femoral, which is this portion of the body. This region is where the femur is located. Then we have the patellar, which is where your patella or your kneecap is located. Then we have the crural, which is the shin portion of this part of the leg. And then you have the fibular, which is on the back side. It's where the fibula is located. And then that is connected to the tarsals. And the tarsals are called that because this portion of the foot is called metatarsals, and this portion is called your digits or your phalanges. And so this is the tarsal portion because that is also your ankle, what it's called.